Well, it sure is nice to win on St. Patrick's Day. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Stats video, guys. Today we're going to recap this afternoon spring training game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Detroit Tigers as the Phillies defeat the Tigers by the final score of 2-0. As Zach Wheeler was just amazing in this game, amazing 5 innings. Now, guys, before getting this video, please subscribe if you haven't not yet. Please show notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. A St. Patrick's Day special. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I hope you all like this hat. I actually was really trying hard to find a green Phillies jersey, a Kelly Green Phillies jersey. And I was actually at TBP back in December shopping and actually saw one. And it was, they were majestic ones. And I actually saw a Logan Forsythe one, a guy who was with the Phillies briefly last year in spring training who got cut before the start of the regular season. I didn't get it because I thought that, they actually have some Nike ones in stock eventually, a Harper one or something like that. So I waited it out. It turns out that they sell out of those, and I couldn't get one at all. So I was pretty disappointed. I got this hat way back in September of 2020 when I went to the ballpark as well. So luckily I got this hat. At least I got something that's green I could wear in this video. So it's kind of cool to be wearing this green Phillies hat. I love this hat. Hopefully next year, next St. Patty's Day, I'll be breaking out the St. Patty's Day green Phillies jersey. Hopefully next year. What a great game here for the Phils. A nice win on St. Patrick's Day. Our pitching staff was unbelievable in this one. Once again, what I saw to this pitching staff today, very promising. Zach Wheeler looked amazing. His fastball, he was lighting it up, man. He was lighting that up, man. I mean, he was hitting the high 90s, man. I mean, his fastball is unbelievable. He could just really blow it by guys. And I mean, even with Jose Alvarado striking out the side, I mean, he was unbelievable too, and he was really hitting high velo with his fastball too. Hector Neris looked great. Archie Bradley looked great. Even David Hale, he looked very good. I mean, this whole entire pitching staff did a great job. And you also understand it's against the Detroit Tigers team, which is, really terrible, but I love this game. This was a great performance. Once again, it wasn't, like a lot of offense. I mean, we didn't see a whole lot of offense, but the pitching staff was unbelievable. Very promising to see out of this pitching staff. Once again, I mean, I love what I saw of Zach Wheeler. He was dominating. He was dominating with that fastball. I mean, Jose Alvarado striking out the side. What a spring he's had. He's been unbelievable. And Hector Neris, he had a great, 1 inning of work today. I mean, he was very good as well. So take a look at the scoring summary, the very short scoring summary. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Odubel Herrera hits an absolute nuke out to right center field for his 3rd home run of the spring, a solo shot to make it a 1-0 ball game. So Odubel Herrera here in that bottom of the 4th inning, he was just, once again, Odubel Herrera set himself a very solid spring. Once again, he's really pushing hard to make that center fielder, that starting center fielder job, and I think he really deserves it. Once again, we got to, he did his time. He put the pass behind you. Of course, some people are not going to forgive. I completely understand that. I completely understand that's your personal opinion. I choose to move on. I'm not going to forget what he did, and I still believe that what he did was wrong, of course. But I choose to move on. And once again, it's your opinion. It's up to you whether you want to move on or not. Completely understand if you don't. But once again, Odubel Herrera, he's having himself a very good spring. That's one thing you can't take away from him. You cannot take that away from him. He destroyed that ball. I mean, right off the bat, it was gone. And Ricky Pitalico calling this game today. No T-Mac. I don't know where Tom McCarthy was. He was not there today. Ricky Pitalico did not do a bad job. And I want this one strike call. I think it was Jose Alvarado was pitching, and he just said, "See ya." That's all he said. He just said he got him. It was kind of an informal strike 3 call from Ricky Pitalico. Actually, once again, I did a very good job today. Ruben Mar Jr. was in there. Ben Davis was in there. I mean, great. I mean, I love it hearing what they say. They have a lot of good insight about the game, and I think they have a lot of knowledge. I mean, once again, Ruben Mar being a former GM, Ben Davis being a former catcher with the San Diego Padres. I mean, they provide a lot of insight on the game, and I love to see that. So Odubel Herrera, that ball was just absolutely destroyed. I mean, once again, have a spring training of Odubel Herrera. I mean, this guy's lighting it up, man. Once again, you can't take this away from him. You just can't. And once again, what he did was wrong. I'm not going to forget it. But I choose to move on. Once again, you can't take this away from him. He has been very solid, very good. And then Ronald Torres. I mean, they were interviewing Joe Girardi. He loved this. Ronald Torres doubles on a fly ball to left field. Almost got out of the ballpark. Derek Hall, who also double, comes around to score, and it's now a 2-0 Phillies lead. That also happened in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Joe Girardi is saying Big Toe, because that is Ronald Torres' nickname, Big Toe. So, of course, Joe Girardi is familiar with a lot of these players. I mean, Didi Gregorius, with the Yankees, Ronald Torres with the Yankees, so he's familiar with a lot of these players. because, once again, back in his Yankee days, he was manager of the New York Yankees from 2008 up until 2017 when they did not renew his contract, brought in Aaron Boone. But once again, I love that. Joe Girardi definitely has a sense of humor. I love hearing what he has to say. I love that they always check in with him. I love that. That is awesome. I love hearing from the skipper. I love hearing what he has to say. But let's take a look at the box score today. We had some runs in scoring position. We couldn't really get the job done. Bryce Harper, 0 for 3 with 3 Ks, man. He just did not have it today. Average drops to 235. He was sitting in a prime situation with second and third with 1 out, and he goes down on strikes. How in the world? Once again, he's known for being a clutch hitter. In 2020, the batting clutch wasn't there, and so far in spring training, hasn't really been there. How in the world do you go down on strikes? Once again, George Hardy's talking about Alec Boehm, what a simple approach he has to baseball, and what a simple approach he has as a hitter. And you just don't see that with Bryce Harper. He doesn't have the most simple approach. Once again, I love the man. He's my favorite player. But he tries to go up there and he just tries to murder the baseball. And that could be a great thing, and that could also be a terrible thing because he could be overswinging. He overswings a lot. That's just who he is. He wants to. I forget who said this. I think it was someone on Emily Markwork. Bryce Harper just doesn't want to hit the baseball. Bryce Harper wants to destroy the baseball. So once again, that could be a good and bad thing, depending on how you want to look at it, depending on who's pitching, depending on what pitch they throw. It could be a good or a bad thing. But looking at back at his MVP here, some violent swings coming out of Bryce Harper's bat. He has a lot of torque. He always has his whole career. He always has. He generates a lot of torque. And he just destroy. Whenever he swings, he goes all out, man. That is not just a little weak swing, man. That guy goes all out, man. A lot of power behind that swing. You hear him grunt, in the games at ESPN, you could actually hear him grunt every time he swings. Of course, a lot of players are going to do that, but my, he is powerful. He's one powerful dude, And Roman Quinn. George always talking about Roman Quinn today, and something that, that's not really talked about. And he made a great point. He said with Roman Quinn, no one really talks about it, but this is a guy who would be would hit a lot of balls in the outfield. It usually would be singles, but for Roman Quinn, they're doubles because of his speed. And it just goes to show you what a valuable asset he is to this team. Most importantly on the bench because of his speed. This guy is fast. The rabbit is loose. That's what I always say about Roman Quinn. Whenever he's hits a ball down the line or is on base. Once again, the rabbit is loose, man. This guy can run. I just wish he could hit better. And Scott Kingery, they also talk a little about him today. Ricky Pitalico said he basically looks like the same guy from 2020. And Ruben Amaro Jr. was saying, hey, listen, you got to give this guy a break. Once again, Scott King and Ruben Amaro Jr., they have a connection because Ruben Amaro Jr. Was one of the guys that helped draft Scott Kingery. So they know each other. So, Ruben Amaro Jr. knows a decent amount about Scott Kingery. He drafted him in 2015. So they know each other. So Ruben Amaro Jr. He's no dummy when it comes to talking about Scott Kingery. But he had a lot of good insight. He said, you got to put that behind you. I think once 2021 regular season starts on April 1st, 2 weeks tomorrow. Oh my goodness gracious, I can't wait. I think you're going to start to see. What Scott Kingery, who he really is. Once again, he's had an awful 2020 season. He's had a pretty disappointing 2021 spring training, but I think, the true test, what's he going to do in the 2021 regular season? He's not going to get a whole lot of playing time due to his, his bad baseball. He just hasn't been playing, up to par. He just has not. His numbers just haven't been there. It's been extremely disappointing because I want nothing more than this guy for to succeed. Going back to Odubel Herrera for a second, he just murdered that baseball to right field. He destroyed that. Had a nice little bat flip. That was great to see. And the Ronald Torres RBI double. Derek Hall, hitting that home run the other day. Now he gets a double today. He looked good too. Derek Hall, he looked very, very good. And Jeff Mathis got the start behind home plate. And Joe Girardi, another question was asked to Joe Girardi. About an ETA for catcher J.T. Realmuto, kind of up in the air. And he said catching a bullpen is a lot different than catching a game. And it's true. The mentality's different. The feel is different. And I totally agree. It's a lot different. Once again, they're a little similar, but they're still pretty different. Zach Wheeler, unbelievable today. 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs. 4 strikeouts. Unbelievable. He's blowing it by guys. Once again, Zach Wheeler is not the kind of guy who's going to rank up the strikeouts. He's just not. He's not that kind of, he's more of a pitch to contact out type of pitcher. But once again, he was just blowing by with his fastball today. This guy, his fastball is good. It is good. And might I add, there's a lot of comparisons between Madison Bumgarner and Zach Wheeler, but the biggest comparison and the biggest thing that a lot of people don't really talk about is Madison Bumgarner has way too much mileage on it, so I'm not around the same age, ladies and gentlemen. But with Zach Wheeler, he had TJ, he doesn't have a whole lot of innings on his arm. He has a lot left. He has a lot left. You look at Madison Bumgarner, he's an innings eater. Once again, he eats a lot of innings for you, and he has, his whole career. But Zach Wheeler has a lot left in the tank, which is very, very promising. And, Hector Neris, once again, going back to, how good this pitching staff was today, it's been very, very promising spring training. Now, granted, you have to keep in mind we are playing the Detroit Tigers. We are playing bad teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates. Bad teams like the Baltimore Orioles, who are also not very good. But we're also playing, some decent teams like the New York Yankees. So you have to also keep that in mind. Toronto Blue Jays, you have really beat up on us. So, yesterday. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm so tired of losing Toronto Blue Jays. That's a whole other story. But I was very, very. I think the biggest takeaway from today's game, I just love what our pitching staff did, man. This was just awesome. Archie Bradley, and I love Jose Alvarado striking out the side. This fastball, he was just blowing it by guys. He just was. His fastball was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Archie Bradley, hear what he said about how excited he is. He's heard a lot of stories about Philly. He's excited to, begin the regular season up there. So I have a lot of excitement about opening day. Listen, once again, tomorrow we could say it's 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away. Tomorrow is March 18th. We are moving along here, ladies and gentlemen. We are more than halfway through spring training. And I also want to make a quick announcement. I will be recapping every spring training game to finish out the spring training. That's the way it works. I wanted to do, I originally planned for 21 games recapped for spring training, but I want to make it an even number. I'm worried about that kind of stuff. I like things at even numbers, so I'm going to be doing 22. So you will see me back again on Friday against the New York Yankees, 6:35, the first pitch at George M. Steinbrenner Field. Once again, I said the final week of spring training, I'm going to do every game. So that's what stands. So from here on out, every game will be recapped of spring training on this channel. So I'm very, very excited about that. Once again, I'm excited to move right into the regular season. We're going to have a guest come on, a little NL East preview. I'm trying to figure out who that was going to be. I was asking Ted Nats Report to come on, but unfortunately due to his busy schedule, he cannot. I'm going to try to find somebody else. We're going to be having the final in 2 weeks. Right after spring training ends and in between opening day, I'm going to be doing a little Phillies team overview, talking about the Phillies, and we're going to have an opening day pre-game show, and then right into the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, 2 weeks away. I'm so pumped. Oh my. Next week, the weather's starting to get up in the 60s again. So spring is almost here, ladies and gentlemen. The dark, depressing days of winter are almost out of here, which is great. I'm so tired of the cold. I'm so excited for the spring, man. I got a big smile on my face now. This is great. And once again, a big smile on my face, about a performance we saw to the Phillies today, and especially the pitching staff, who really just did his job. That put a big smile on my face. I actually have a decent amount of confidence. They're doing well. Once again, I don't think it's enough to really, compete legitimately for the NL East, but once again, this is a better bullpen than 2020. It is. Now, once again, is it good enough? That's the biggest question. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please show a notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Turn to the social media link in the description section at Phillies House of Instagram, TikTok, our FedEx, Instagram, call or text 267-225-3092. Email me phillieshouse@gmail.com. Got a day off tomorrow. We'll be back on Friday against the New York Yankees. 6:35, the first pitch at George M. Steinbrenner Field. Ivan Nova on the mound for the Phillies. He is 0-1 with a 10.38 ERA. A to be determined for the New York Yankees. Guys, thanks for watching. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you. Let's go, Phillies. I'll see you on Friday. I'll see you.